So we'll be starting with the second game of Forza Deccan Mega Futsal League. It's going to be between Freezy Falcons in the blue and it's going to be the Gladiators in the red. Start of the game. There's going to be a soft pass by Avinash, but a fake so good that Anish gets tricked by it. Ronak puts an inside ball, intercepting touch from Arth. Abhirav. Anish. To the other side, Avinash. Not bad. It's put out. So clearance coming from Freezy Falcons. Nihal. Abhirav. Perhaps he can play it to Arth. Freezy Falcons, their sidekick. Vedant Bhosle. And that's a good strike. Not a bad try. A tight angle still. Arth. Anish, is that touch problematic? There's Abhirav to put the ball out. Yellow card has been shown to Anish. So Anish substitutes out. I don't know why the yellow card has been shown. Vedant tries to take a header, unsuccessful. The ball left behind after the touch of the head. Arth, too high. I think this is because of the white tape. Headed downwards by Bhaskar. Perhaps was wearing an equipment that was just not allowed. At least that is what the referee told me right away there. Thanks to him. Ronak. And there is nobody to get that ball. This is a goalkeeper's throw. We have Nihal playing the ball to Abhirav, who's walking with the ball. Arth. Arth finds the space. Avinash has made his return on the field. Arth. Well done by Arth. Can actually rotate forward underneath the leg of Ronak. Arth. And that ball has clipped over. Ronak runs away with it. Might be able to cross it in. There is the touch. Abhirav. Challenged by Vedant Bhosle. Bhaskar. This shot is not on target. But Freezy Falcons keep the pressure in the opponent's half. This is good stuff coming in from Freezy Falcons. 0-0 for now. Avinash. Ashish. Mahendra tried to go for the ball. But Mahendra totally missed. Vedant Bhosle tried to get enough pace. I think he's hurt in the hamstring. He really needs to be careful not to aggravate yourself. Avinash. Mahendra's throw. Abhirav. Avinash. And he tried to let the ball through, but it was too much power on the pass. So Avinash letting it through and Bhaskar missing the ball. It's not worked out in the favor of Avinash, who wanted to let the ball through and have the control. The accelerating effect is that no-touch dribble that people usually try. Vedant, it's easy for Nihal. There's the challenge from Ronak. The cross inside Vedant. It's on target. But he should have aimed to the other side. Nihal with a brilliant save. Avinash still. The only thing that referee needs to be worried about is perhaps watching the upper body contact more. The lower body seems just alright. The futsal is being played just correctly. At least on the ball end. Vedant, nice try. This is Nihal. Intercepting touch from Bhaskar. Shreyas. And Avinash with one extra touch. Not bad from Ashish. Maintained his composure, stayed calm. Corner kick. Ball for Arth. And Arth! That was very nice. He's just flied wide and above the crossbar. Vertically wide. But this was a great attempt. A really good try. And Avinash finding that space for Arth. Talk about switch of roles. Usually it's Arth supplying Avinash. But this time, it was the other way round. Just no goal resultant as the outcome out of it. Ball on the inside. The handball should be given. It is a penalty. I'm very sure it was a penalty. It has been given. A real chance. Execution is important, as is power and accuracy. Vedant Bhosle against Nihal. And this will go in, even though Nihal gets it right. It's not enough to stop it. Freezy Falcons, they fire the first one. Substitution comes in. Abhirav, he swaps out with Anish. This is Arth. Shreyas. High tension game, to be honest. And Arth, he has made a mistake. Vedant Bhosle, just not on target, unlike his penalty strike. So there's that man who has scored the only goal for the moment. We can't see the future yet, what the scoreline will be like in the next first half. It's like about 16 minutes to go. Anish. Arth. Very well done by Arth. Anish. Mahendra. So we have the game back in focus after the discussion. And Mahendra, he has just given the ball away to the opponent. Not a proper throw, I must say. Arth, past the half-line mark. Good pass. Nice chop to the right, but there is no teammate up front from Shreyas. Freezy Falcons, they keep up the pressure. They are not too aggressive on the defense. Mahendra. Vedant Bhosle. Oh, and Ronak could have controlled it, but then he thought he's gonna shoot his teammate. So there's an exchange of smile between Ronak and Vedant Bhosle. Here's the ball and put out by Ronak. Avinash is gonna hit Ronak before going out, hence a corner kick. We'll zoom in since this is pretty far away. Ball for Arth. Patience from Vedant Bhosle. Nihal. Oh, nice touch, but Vedant Bhosle sees the goal, and that is going to be inside. There's that man with 2 goals. Barely any celebration. They're very happy, the trio. Just amazing. Punishment has been delivered by Vedant Bhosle. The nutmeg from Anish, it was good, but then it turned out to be a nightmare. And this is Vedant Bhosle again, but this time he does not get it on target. And Avinash. Arth. And that's very well done by Avinash, but he has gone down. Doesn't look like a card and doesn't look intentional too. A foul that has simply been drawn by Avinash. He got away from the goal. He got away from the defenders. Just didn't get the ball to himself. Chance here for Arth. Abhirav. It's over the bar. Yellow card has been shown to Ronak. Consecutive fouls. Mahendra. Arth. And it's not easy to keep this ball in play. I thought it was going to be in play. I was expecting toe poke. Shreyas, with all the energy expended, still couldn't keep the ball in play. Mahendra. Awkwardly touches Arth as he controls the ball. And this is Abhirav. Couple of pump fakes on the pass. Ronak. Ronak with a nudge. And that is well done by Bhaskar. Just amazing. I mean, he was pushed aside by Avinash and then he pushes the ball away. What charisma. This looks like the better ball. Corner kick. And that is off target. Corner kick again. So this is Avinash Tripathi. Great job, and that is a goal. Shreyas absolutely left free. I don't know who was supposed to mark Shreyas, but that is going to be a goal. Avinash nets an assist. Shreyas with the finishing blow. This is the man. 2-1. Freezy Falcons, 1 goal lead. Horrendous defending though. And Ronak. Arth. Arth. Great tackle by Avinash Tripathi. Oh, amazing. Vedant Bhosle, the goal is open once again. Great tackle by Abhirav. Avinash. Tripathi gets the ball towards Shreyas. Intercepting touch by Bhaskar. He doesn't give up on this ball. Vedant. Bhaskar, great vision. And that is a great goal! Vedant Bhosle. How did you finish this? The illusionary technique with the step over cuts has left Arth frozen. I mean, he just froze the defender over and then he puts the finishing touch, which has further frozen Nihal away. It's Freezy Falcons. The team's name is definitely waving high on this score sheet. Vedant Bhosle, he'll make no mistake. Hat trick for that man. Exquisite step over cuts. Mahindra, fine tackle. Avinash, it's blocked. Amazing block by Ashish. Avinash is denied. Still Ronak. Oh, he couldn't get the ball towards Ashish. Avinash brought down. I feel like it's not an occasion to card because it was further behind. 2 steps further and it could have been a yellow card for Bhaskar. Opportunity. Mahindra denies. Avinash collects the rebound, puts it in. This is problematic and that is Mahindra awkwardly touching the ball. Then the rebound is scored in by Shreyas. Timeout taken by Freezy Falcons. We'll be back with the 1 minute break. Comes the end of the timeout within seconds. So just a moment ago, Shreyas hit that goal. The rebound, it was abysmal from Mahindra. Bhaskar, Ashish, Vedant Bhosle. And Vedant Bhosle with a long ball. It's led through by Anish. Nihal, great ball attempted. Ashish denies it. Gladiators, gotta make sure they don't do the corner mistake again. If you're on the defense, Mahindra, this time if it's a good arm, double fisting the ball out of bounds. Still Avinash. Nihal, nice ball. On the ball. and the ball goes out. Sometimes football is just too brutal, isn't it? I think this might be a moment to substitute Vedant Bhosle out, who has been absolutely important for the attack and for the goal scoring of Freezy Falcons. But that's all there is. And substituting a man of impact on the field is going to be problems for Freezy Falcons. They still have that 1-goal lead. So he's all right. He's back on his feet, and the ball went out. Side kick taken by Nihal. Past the half-line mark, and there's the strike. Nihal scores it in. Wonderful goal by the goalkeeper. It's like recreating that half-line goal. Just similar. Nihal easily collects the moment the game was restarted. Mahendra helpless. There was a very, very mild deflection. Great pass. Bhaskar. It's a shot on target, nothing more than that. Great touch. Bhaskar denies the pass towards Shreyas. Anish. Abhirav. Through the gap. Vedant Bhosle. Ronak. Abhirav somehow applies the brakes. Bhaskar. Ball for Vedant Bhosle. Ashish. Freezy Falcons still have the ball, not anymore. That's going to be a foul by Ashish, as far as I know, on Abhirav. Ronak. Just not the chip he wanted to give to a teammate, at least as a through ball. Shreyas. We are 3-all on the goal score. A touch from Arth as soon as he substitutes in. Corner kick. And that is a nice try put out, Ashish. Line cutting foul by Avinash. Ronak. Pass for Shreyas. Good tackle. Ashish gets it out. That's too powerful from Avinash. Ronak. Oh, Ronak, beautiful touch. And still going forward. Ronak. It's very good. Arth. Avinash making effort to keep the ball in play. Arth is open. That's a great ball. Just amazing of an attempt. I'd love to see that go in. Not very well struck on target. Vedant Bhosle. Great attempt, Avinash. I mean, he has supplied 2 times within just 1 minute. Once with that header and now with the tap in. Just quite didn't go in. I know the header was difficult, but this one, it was doable. Bhaskar. There's that off the ball movement. Ronak in front of the D-box. Avinash. And that is the end of first half. We're all tied up. It's like 0-0 but with goals. 3-3 is the score. We'll be back with the second half after the break. So start of the second half. It's underway. The shot attempted by Freezy Falcons didn't work out. And Gladiators, they get the ball. It's out of line. Ronak inches away from keeping it in play. Nihal. Abhirav. On the line for Avinash. And Avinash moves to the right. Tries a shot. Ronak. He's being chased by Anish. And that is a foul. There was a touch. The slightest of touch at the highest of speeds can actually make the difference. Free kick taken. It's put out by Anish. The man who made the foul has denied this free kick attempt. Still 3-3. Vedant and Ronak. It was a good try. Maybe not the best of angles. I think a header would have worked out better. The bicycle was too risky. Would need extra accuracy. Arth. And with a heel flick, Avinash. Still Avinash. Oh, and that is going to be an own goal. Mahendra not only has let the ball through, it's Ashish not expecting Mahendra to let the ball go in. This is such a bad way to get the goal in. Is that an apology letter handed over by Avinash to Rohit Kanitkar? Restart. And that has hit Abhirav before going out. Nice turn. Vedant Bhosle off target. Nihal. Bhaskar. Vedant. Quick passes. Ronak. The angle is open. And that is going to be inside. That is Ronak cracking it in. 4 all. This game is absolutely entertaining. I have no idea who's going to take the win. Perhaps it will be a draw like the first game of today. Arth, nowhere close. I mean, if you consider it, it is Mahendra just not delivering. Such a bad mistake to concede that goal. Bhosle. Moving away. That was a good ball. That was a good ball. And Ronak empowering his team, especially the bench. Abhinav. Nice turn. And Ronak. Up in the air, Vedant Bhosle. He's not gonna reach. Arth was swept away earlier because of Ronak. Intercepting touch. Bhosle. Very difficult ball. Needs to be toned down. Needs to be a controlled effort on the pass. Too much power. Nihal. Avinash. And that's a great cut. Avinash Tripathi dancing. Avinash Tripathi delivers the 10 out of 10 for the judges upon this dance. This is a phenomenal goal. Bhaskar, the way he was beaten. And then Avinash confidently going to take on the other defender, Ashish. Mahendra, of course, stood no chance. Both the sides were exposed. Could have been any of them. Bhaskar. Nihal. Oh, nice. I mean, Shreyas. Perhaps usage of the back of the head would have worked in this situation. Vedant Bhosle. Up top control. Great challenge by Arth. Avinash Tripathi. And Avinash Tripathi would love to waste some precious seconds out of this futsal game against Freezy Falcons. Anish. Anish, is he in some trouble? He's free to run forward. Great ball, but Arth, I don't think that was the appropriate choice. Should have pulled the trigger. Should have fired it on target. That is Arth. He's missing an opportunity. Mahendra with the throw. Arth heads it out. Bhaskar. That is going to be on body. Anish. His hand was closed and it was stuck to his back. It would have been a handball and a penalty if the hand was out. And that is Nihal holding on to the ball like dear life. Great tackle by Bhaskar. Anish. Avinash. Great pass, but Shreyas. Great, Avinash. Just delightful dribbling. He's just enjoying the nutmegs. Oh, that was a nice ball for Anish as well. Shreyas, he ducked his way. Thought the ball was for a teammate on the line pass. Ronak. Oh, well done, Ronak. Still going forward. Ronak took too much time. Vedant was the best option. But Ronak, he could feel it, especially after Nihal slid down. Through the gaps. Bhaskar. And that is saved by Nihal. Corner kick. That has once again touched Arth, if I'm not wrong. I guess the call was given incorrectly. That's why the counter was not very correct. It was wrong. So somebody counting out the 1, 2 until 4. If the call itself is wrong, then of course makes no sense to have the counter being initiated. Well done by Bhaskar. Still a matter of just one goal for Freezy Falcons. That is to get the equalizer. Arth. And that is intercepted. Vedant Bhosle. Ashish. Is that too much power applied? Corner kick. Fair play from Ronak. Just amazing. I mean, if anything, Freezy Falcons was a problematic team in the first few days of this tournament, but now they're looking such a nice bunch. Ronak. Bhaskar. Bhaskar could not get past Shreyas. And Avinash, he has slipped down. Unfortunate touch. I mean, it's not a bad touch. It's just the surface being cruel to Avinash Tripathi. Arth, great timing on the ball challenge. Even better by Ashish. Shreyas. Visible frustration from Avinash. Chance here. Tackled into by Anish. Bhosle. Nice try. Arth. It's Avinash. And that is blocked by Ashish. Corner kick. And Shreyas is just not having impact unlike his previous usual self in previous games. There it is, Anish. Had a weak touch. Too much time taken by Vedant Bhosle. Abhirav, he hurries backwards. Avinash speeding forward, still going. And that is going to be saved by Mahendra. A pass would have worked out for Anish. Avinash should have played a pass to Anish. Seems an alright call from the referee. Nothing problematic. Abhirav. Timeout has been given. Freezy Falcons will take that 1 minute break. They need to gather focus, and of course Gladiators, even though they are in lead, it's not quite worked out for the last couple of 4-5 minutes. They couldn't score, and there were a couple of moments where it seemed like they were on the verge of scoring, but that just didn't happen. So we might see a reset button this 1 minute, 60 seconds of getting a reset, of getting your emotions and mind back to yourself. We'll be back after it. Continuation of the game. The 1 minute break is over. Pass for Vedant Bhosle. And this is a counter-attack by Gladiators. Mahendra intercepts. Avinash. Avinash through the gap. That was a great try. Bhosle slips away. Still has the ball. Not anymore. Love to know what the discussion is going on, but then cannot hear the referee's conversation with Abhirav. Headed out of bounds by Bhaskar. Freezy Falcons, for what seemed like a game in control a long time ago, is seeming like a usual story for Gladiators at the office. Abhirav. Arth. Nice pass. Through the gap. Only a corner kick. A partial touch by Bhaskar. Ball on the inside. Vedant Bhosle takes a touch. And Arth entangled. Jumpy from the defending Bhaskar. Vedant Bhosle. It's on target, but Nihal will make the save. Anish. Ashish puts the ball out. He is enforced to do so because of the insurmountable pressure applied by Anish. Avinash is open, but for a header. Nihal. A tactile approach. And that is going to touch Ashish before going out. Line cut off, and hence that foul. Ronak. Nihal. He'll add himself on the counter-attack numbers of Gladiators. Avinash. The cross is good. It's blocked by Mahendra. But the block, I'm not convinced with it. It was going away from the near post. We're now approaching the final moments of the game. Perhaps 6 to 7 minutes of playtime remaining in this futsal fixture. That's going to be off target. Goalkeeper's throw. And Vedant, he has slid while he tried to shoot. Avinash. And Avinash trying to find that bottom corner. The quest is incomplete, at least for now. Chance here for Avinash. His back is against the goal. Avinash tried to be clever, tried to supply a pass. His shot is collected by the opponents. Freezy Falcons take this ball. Blocked by Abhirav. And the final touch is Abhirav's. Art. Still a side kick that Freezy Falcons can try to capitalize upon. The real question is the off-the-ball movement. Bhaskar. And the gap is not given. Arth. Nice pump fake. But then this is a risky pass. And Vedant Bhosle does not get the connection delivered for that strike. Bhaskar. Just not paying attention. And imagine if this goal goes in. It's saved. I mean, I know Bhaskar is not paying attention, but then Mahendra, him playing to the player who's not paying attention, is partially his fault too. 50-50 on that, I would say. Anish tries. Strike blocked. As backup coming in. Directed by Arth. Very close. Arth barely gives any room for Vedant Bhosle, who's the only man top for Freezy Falcons. For now, red is overwriting blue. So fire, it's toppling the waters. Arth. If this was basketball, it would have been an offensive charging foul. But then it's futsal. Holding on to the ball for now. Gladiators. Vedant Bhosle. Arth, great turn. He has sent Ronak to the other side. Anish. Avinash. He's patiently waiting for the ball. Holding on to the ball is a fine idea unless there is a counter-attack initiated. And Vedant Bhosle tries. Abhirav. He manages to get a touch. Or on a good pump fake. And through the legs, another one attempted, but Abhirav. This is on ball. Ronak had the ball, had the advantage. He might be hurt on the tendon which connects the ankle from behind. Abhirav just muscled in, but then they both fell down. I think this call is legitimate from the referee. Vedant Bhosle's strike is blocked by Arth. That free kick was going on target. Avinash through the gaps, and this should be a goal. It is. Anish puts it in. The final nail in the coffin. Great assist. I really thought Anish was about to hit it off target, but then he hits the roof of the net, which is a satisfying feeling. 2 goals lead now, Gladiators. The goal score is 6-4 if I'm not wrong. Too much height on the pass by Ashish. Avinash. Great pass. And a nice try. I mean, that could have worked out for Shreyas. Vedant Bhosle. The toe poke finish, it doesn't work out. It's an unnecessary one, the bicycle clearance. I feel like a normal header would have done. Not bad. Ronak, it's out of line. Nihal. This is our just showing. Tenacious. The spirit of never giving up, and that should have been in, but it's saved by Mahendra. Through the gaps, but just underneath and right in front of the goal line, saved by Mahendra. Good stuff. Great ball. And this is blocked by Abhirav. Fantastic. On a kick. Ronak. Blocked. Avinash going for the Pele dribble. It's cleared out by Bhaskar. Shreyas is going to be blocked. I think it was supposed to be a free kick. That is going to be an own goal. Bhaskar. Unfortunate. It's a painful feeling. Ronak. Ball claimed by Shreyas. Avinash. And that is going to go in. Mid-heighted finish. Avinash nets it in. The latest goal. Mahendra, there's nothing he can do. It's a counter-attack. And even though it's finished just close to his knee, it's a difficult spot to save from. And that is the end of it. Gladiators, in their typical fashion, they make the comeback. The Red Flames will override the watery and freezing side of Falcons. Freezy Falcons, they'll take the loss tonight. Gladiators, they take their win. They extend their points on the group table. We'll be back after a break for the final game.